Hi, Chelsea. I want to talk about this book a little bit. Being a mom inspired you to write the children's book, She Persisted, which I have, and it's one of my kids' favorite. But now you have another one in the series out called She Persisted in Sports, which I have to say, as an athlete growing up, there weren't a lot of female athletes to look at because they were never highlighted. So tell everybody about the book.
Oh, well, thank you, Sarah. And I hope that your daughter enjoys this one, too. I loved sports as a kid. I loved watching sports. The Olympics were the only time my parents allowed me to watch like unlimited television. So I watched, every sport like all day long. I loved playing sports, and I learned so much kind of through being an athlete and also through watching the athletes that just awed me, on television or when I was lucky enough in person. Just the kind of ability to work to both be your best for yourself and to be the best kind of for and with your team, how important persistence is on the field and off the field. And so this just kind of felt like a book I had to write and felt like the perfect continuation of the She Persisted series.
Well, my daughter is a basketball player, which seemed so natural to me because I played basketball as well when I was younger. But many girls in this country and around the world are told sports are for boys. How do you think we change that narrative that just seems to continually be perpetuated?
Sunny, I've thought about that a lot, both kind of through She Persisted in Sports and also kind of with the passing of Ruth Bader Ginsburg a few days ago, where she fought, so hard to kind of create equal protections for women, partly because she knew that was a vital step to ensuring kind of equal opportunities for women, whether that was kind of in the workplace as an office or a television set or workplace as a field or a court. If we think about the WNBA, since you said your daughter's a basketball player, I just think about these extraordinary women who are in this bubble and kind of how exhausting it must be to kind of still be doing their jobs, giving those of us who love watching them so much joy, and feeling a connection kind of a little bit back to normal while they're apart from their families, apart from their friends, and also, leaders in kind of Black Lives Matter and demanding justice for James Blake, for George Floyd, and just kind of what our women athletes do for us, I think, is extraordinary. So I think part of how we encourage more girls to play sports is by celebrating women athletes kind of from history and today, to show them kind of what's possible for them.
I love that. Now let's talk about some of those women that you feature in the book, starting with Mia Hamm.
Oh, so I remember watching Mia Hamm and the extraordinary 1996 team, and I think I just went hoarse, like shouting, for every game. And then I was lucky enough to see a couple of the Women's World Cup games in person in 1999, and just, I remember where I was, kind of the people I was with, kind of when they clinched the World Cup, and that iconic scene of Brandi Chastain taking off her shirt and just the unapologetic joy. And that she was criticized for that, but she didn't apologize, and Mia Hamm didn't apologize, and the team didn't apologize. And that taught me a really important lesson about owning our victories as women.
Absolutely. And I know Simone Biles is in there, which your daughter thinks she might be as well, because she's a fan.
Oh my gosh. We love Simone Biles in our family. And yes, my daughter has, I think, every single one of her little leotards, and she puts them on and she tumbles around with stumbling around. And she's like, "Mom, just like Simone." And I'm like, maybe. We have to keep working on it. She knows Simone Biles is the greatest gymnast of all time. And now she has this extraordinary American woman who's inspiring her as a little girl to think about what she can do. I couldn't have written this book without Simone Biles. Charlotte would have never forgiven me.
True that. So, Chelsea, thank you for always bringing something wonderful to us and our audience. The book, She Persisted in Sports, is available now.